Continuing from the last chapter, at the pill ceremony, Xiao Yan fiercely competed with the Yao Clan and other master alchemists, showcasing his alchemy skills to vie for the title of the continent's top alchemist. Ultimately, under the watchful eyes of numerous alchemists, he successfully crafted a 9-rank mysterious pill. Countless pill particles poured down from the sky, landing on the square with a crisp, raindrop-like sound. Although these particles were not true pills, they were condensed from pure energy and still had considerable effects when consumed. Suspended in midair, Xiao Yan couldn't help but reveal a look of ecstatic joy. He had heard of pill rain and the emergence of a mysterious pill, but this was the first time he witnessed such a wondrous scene with his own eyes. It actually succeeded. Holding a pill in his hand, Xiao Yan's hand trembled slightly. The outcome this time was beyond his expectations. Even with his current abilities, the success rate of refining a 9-rank mysterious pill was less than 40%. However, there was an element of luck in this alchemy process. One pill contained the energy of 4 embryonic pills, which was extremely rare. Each of the 4 embryonic pills had different medicinal properties. Although Little purified most of the medicinal power into pure energy, some residual properties remained. These subtle properties, along with the energy, merged into Xiao Yan's embryonic pill, blending together. Coupled with the intense refinement by the pure lotus demon flame, some unexpected subtle changes occurred. These changes seemed to have perfectly rectified certain imperfections in the embryonic pill, leading to this successful refinement. If any of these coincidences had been missing, even with Xiao Yan absorbing the energy of 3 embryonic pills, this attempt might have ended in failure. But the world doesn't dwell on what-ifs. People only witnessed that Xiao Yan had indeed successfully refined a 9-rank mysterious pill, an achievement that hadn't been accomplished for hundreds of years, and now it happened right before their eyes. In the sky, thick dark clouds roiled, and black lightning bolts danced like giant pythons. The formidable heavenly might made many people shrink their necks in fear, worried that the black lightning might strike them. As the thunderclouds churned in the sky, the enormous fire cauldron, several hundred feet wide, suddenly trembled. Then, a pillar of light shot into the sky. Within that light pillar, a faint image of a light orb resembling an embryo could be seen. The massive light pillar pierced into the thunderclouds in full view of everyone. Instantly, the thunderclouds churned violently, and black lightning bolts coiled densely around the light pillar like roaring black pythons, fiercely striking the embryonic light orb within the pillar. Under such earth-shaking bombardment, even the entire medicine mountain trembled, and the deafening rumble continued incessantly. Xiao Yan watched nervously at the embryonic light orb amidst the storm of lightning. Inside it was the 9-rank mysterious pill, which needed to withstand this lightning tribulation to be born. This was something that no one could assist with. Even Xiao Yan could only watch. Unlike other pills, which allowed the alchemist to intercept pill thunder, this mysterious pill required the power of lightning to achieve perfection. Under Xiao Yan's tense gaze, the embryonic light orb in the light pillar did not shatter, but instead grew even more radiant. Black lightning arcs continuously flickered on the embryo. The ferocious bombardment lasted for nearly 10 minutes before gradually weakening. Just as the lightning diminished, a faint cracking sound came from within the embryo, causing everyone's hearts to tremble. Their eyes fixed on the embryo, watching as a tiny crack began to spread across its surface. As the first crack appeared, it triggered a chain reaction, causing more and more cracks to appear on the embryonic light orb. Rays of light seeped out from the cracks, making the orb look like it was covered in light spikes. As the cracks gradually spread across the entire orb, a black lightning bolt suddenly struck down from the sky, hitting the orb fiercely. The numerous cracks immediately expanded and, with a loud bang, the orb exploded. The moment the orb exploded, a powerful medicinal fragrance spread through the sky. The scent swirled and condensed into various forms of herbs, filling the sky and creating an extremely strange scene. While everyone was entranced by this phenomenon in the sky, a flash of light suddenly appeared and shot towards the outskirts of Medicine Mountain like a bolt of lightning. Behind this light figure, the dense medicinal fragrance was so thick it seemed tangible. That's the 9-rank mysterious pill. It's trying to escape. As soon as the light figure appeared, the entire mountain erupted in excitement. Countless people stood up abruptly, their eyes burning with fervor as they stared at the light figure in the sky. Deep within their gazes, greed was evident. The allure of the 9-rank mysterious pill was too powerful for most to remain calm. However, just as greed began to rise in the hearts of some, a cold snort echoed in the sky, instantly chilling those hearts. They quickly came to their senses, hurriedly retracting the steps they had intended to take. Trying to snatch the 9-rank mysterious pill from someone who had defeated the Soul Hall Master was no easy feat. Intimidating those restless individuals, Xiao Yan's cyan-red bone wings flashed out from his back. With a swift movement, he appeared before the light figure and struck out with a palm. Netherworld palm. A massive energy palm imprint, carrying a fierce wind pressure, descended from the sky, striking the light figure fiercely. The light figure's outer glow shattered, revealing a trembling, naked figure of a beautiful woman to everyone's astonished eyes. The figure had long black hair and a delicate, captivating body. Her beautiful large eyes were filled with terror as she looked at Xiao Yan, her pitiable appearance stirring a protective instinct in many. To think that it knew to use such methods to deceive people right after being born. The 9-rank mysterious pill lives up to its name, Xiao Yan remarked with a peculiar gaze at the beautiful, naked woman before him. He smiled gently and said, "Pills have no gender. This form must have just been a sudden transformation." Hearing Xiao Yan's words, the beautiful woman, who had appeared so pitiful, was startled and immediately tried to retreat. Xiao Yan took a step forward, appearing in front of her in an instant. With a swift motion, he pointed a finger at her forehead. A soul imprint appeared, and as it did, the woman's body trembled and gradually became translucent, transforming into a small, round pill the size of a dragon's eye, surrounded by various exotic scents. Xiao Yan took out a jade bottle from his storage ring and, after setting several layers of soul seals on it, carefully placed the 9-rank mysterious pill inside. The pill contained an immense amount of energy, but it didn't know how to use it. Otherwise, even Xiao Yan would have had difficulty capturing it so easily. Seeing Xiao Yan put the pill into his storage ring, many below showed expressions of disappointment. However, Xiao Yan paid them no mind. He turned his gaze to Hun Xu Zi, who was still locked in fierce battle with the Northern King. With a smile, Xiao Yan waved his hand, and the Northern King withdrew, floating by his side with an indifferent expression. "Hee, thank you for your generous gifts," Xiao Yan said with a chuckle. Taking back the Northern King, Xiao Yan clasped his hands in a respectful gesture towards Hun Xu Zi, the Shinong Elder, and Elder Wan Hua, and smiled. The Shinong Elder and Elder Wan Hua responded with faint smiles, but Hun Xu Zi's face twitched. He hadn't expected that the hard work he put into refining a nascent pill for several days would end up benefiting Xiao Yan. New talents emerge with each generation. Xiao Yan, your skill in alchemy is truly astonishing. In the realm of alchemy, I doubt anyone can compare to you. The title of the top alchemist is well-deserved, Shinong Elder said, beckoning with his hand. The green sea of fire in the sky transformed into a medicinal herb staff and fell into his hand. He looked at Xiao Yan and smiled. This Yao Clan has indeed trained an extraordinary disciple. Had I known, I would not have allowed Yao Wangui to act recklessly back then. The numerous elders of the Yao clan, upon hearing this, exchanged complex glances and could only sigh in resignation. At times like this, pride had to take a back seat. Clan leader Yao Dan, Xiao Yan has one more request today, Xiao Yan said, looking at Yao Lao before turning to Yao Dan, clasping his hands in respect. "I know what you want to say," Yao Dan replied with a slightly complex expression. He sighed, glanced at Yao Lao, and said, "Yao Chun, from today's events, it seems you are indeed the most outstanding genius of the Yao clan. The clan monument is yours." "Thank you, clan leader Yao Dan." Yao Lao's hands trembled slightly. A lifelong wish had finally come true today. Even with his self-control, he was overwhelmingly excited. "Hee, clan leader Yao Dan, I too have a request today." Just as Xiao Yan was feeling relieved, Hun Xu Zi's face twisted into a strange smile as he spoke. "Oh." Yao Dan's brow furrowed slightly, and he looked at Hun Xu Zi with a trace of vigilance. "Let's hear it." Hun Xu Zi's smile grew more eerie. He licked his lips and uttered words that caused every member of the Yao clan to change their expressions dramatically. "I wish to temporarily borrow the Tuasha ancient emperor jade from the Yao clan." The request sent shockwaves through the crowd. As Hun Xu Zi's words fell, the previously jubilant square, buzzing with the emergence of the 9-rank mysterious pill, fell silent. All the Yao clan elders' faces darkened, and their eyes flashed with cold light. The Tuasha ancient emperor jade was a treasured artifact held by the 8 ancient clans. Each clan guarded its peace with utmost caution. Even elders rarely saw it. For the uninformed, Hun Xu Zi's request might have seemed outrageous, but those in the know regarded him as mad. How could the Yao clan possibly lend him such a precious item? Had he gone mad with anger? This guy. Xiao Yan's brows furrowed as he looked at Hun Xu Zi. The eerie smile on Hun Xu Zi's face made him uneasy. To make such a request in the Yao clan was a blatant provocation. With his strength as a 6-star doshang, he couldn't possibly escape from Yao Dan's grasp. Something's not right. Years of experience had sharpened Xiao Yan's instincts. He felt something was amiss. Hun Xu Zi wasn't foolish. He should have known the consequences of his words. Yet, he spoke with confidence. Thinking of this, Xiao Yan's heart sank. He swiftly moved to Yao Lao's side and whispered with a serious expression, "Be careful." Yao Lao nodded solemnly. He too sensed something unusual about Hun Xu Zi. In the sky, Elder Wan Hua's face darkened as he looked at Hun Xu Zi with killing intent. As soon as Yao Dan gave the word, he would strike with full force to kill the man who dared challenge the Yao clan's authority so brazenly. "Hun Xu Zi, do you know what you're saying?" Yao Dan, seated at the head, looked at Hun Xu Zi in the sky without any expression. His eyes flashed with sharp cold light, and his voice, devoid of any emotion, slowly emerged from his mouth. "He, clan leader Yao Dan, the Tuasha ancient emperor jade is an ominous object. Keeping it in the Yao clan will only bring disaster. Handing it over to me for peace might be a better choice," Hun Xu Zi said with a chuckle, as if he didn't notice the killing intent in Yao Dan's eyes. "Hun Xu Zi, you are too presumptuous. Today, I will capture you first and let the Soul Clan's leader come to claim you." As Hun Xu Zi finished speaking, Elder Wan Hua's face turned completely dark. With a furious roar, his vast do qi surged out like a tidal wave. His figure flickered and appeared above Hun Xu Zi, with a giant wind flame handprint condensing and smashing down fiercely. This should be enough. Facing Elder Wan Hua's fierce attack, Hun Xu Zi only smiled faintly. He raised his head and looked at the distant sky, muttering to himself. The eerie smile on his lips widened, and deep in his eyes, black flames surged out like a long-suppressed dragon, causing his aura to suddenly surge. In the sky, Hun Xu Zi waved his sleeve, and a simple palm met the giant wind flame handprint. The onlookers were shocked to see the enormous wind flame instantly swallowed into Hun Xu Zi's body upon contact. Meanwhile, Elder Wan Hua, who had struck with imposing momentum, spat a mouthful of blood and was sent flying back, landing in the square below in a sorry state, creating a huge crater. "Hee, I've played with you long enough. Consider this a little interest." In the sky, Hun Xu Zi's hair moved without wind, and his eyes were entirely covered by black flames, making him look extremely eerie. His calm voice echoed across the square. "A 7-star doshang." Everyone's expressions changed drastically at this moment, staring incredulously at Hun Xu Zi in the sky. The aura he had unleashed earlier far surpassed that of Elder Wan Hua. This guy actually hid his strength. Does he really intend to seize the Yao clan's ancient jade? Yao Lao muttered, his face changing instantly. Xiao Yan's expression became extremely grave. He fixed his eyes on Hun Xu Zi, realizing that he had never detected this man's hidden strength. Even when the nascent pill was taken, he suppressed his anger and hid his strength. This guy is deeply scheming. But does he really think he can seize the Yao clan's ancient jade by himself? Yao Dan's face finally turned completely cold. He stood up slowly, his eyes fixed on Hun Xu Zi, and said coldly, "Send a signal to the Yin clan and Lei clan. telling them we've found the culprit behind the disappearance of the Ling clan and Shi clan. At Yao Dan's words, everyone's expressions changed. Even Xiao Yan's body trembled as he looked up in shock at Hun Xu Zi. Could it really be the work of the Soul Clan? Yes. The elders of the Yao Clan, although shocked by Yao Dan's words, quickly took out a scroll and tore it open. A spatial ripple rapidly spread. However, just as the spatial ripple was about to form a spatial passage, it was suddenly disrupted, causing the passage to dissipate. Seeing this, many members of the Yao Clan felt a chill. Some quick-witted elders hurriedly sounded the clan's alarm, causing the nearby mountains to stir. Numerous Yao Clan warriors, like locusts, swiftly rushed over. Hun Xu Zi, what have you done? A Yao Clan elder shouted angrily. It seems to be done. In the sky, Hun Xu Zi smiled faintly. He didn't even glance at the approaching Yao Clan warriors, casually saying, nothing much, just sealed the Yao Clan space. His words caused an uproar below. The various powerful individuals who had come to observe the pill ceremony all took out spatial scrolls and tore them open, but the result was the same as before. A major event is about to happen. Xiao Yan took a deep breath, his face unprecedentedly grim. He hadn't expected that the Soul Clan's target this time would be the Yao Clan, nor had anyone anticipated that they would strike during the pill ceremony. Yao Dan's face darkened as he pressed a storage ring with his finger, crushing it into powder. This ring was designed to send signals directly to the leaders of the Yin clan and Lei clan, and only the leaders of the three clans could possess it. Hee, clan leader Yao Dan, there's no need to waste your effort, Hun Xu Zi said with a smile. Ignoring Hun Xu Zi's words, Yao Dan watched his fingertips. Indeed, the signal's fluctuation, once it appeared, began to wander aimlessly like a headless fly, clearly not transmitted. Seeing this, Yao Dan's heart sank completely. Hun Xu Zi, my Yao clan has established spatial passages with the Yin and Lei clans. If they notice the passages disappear, they'll know something is wrong with us. Once the news spreads, the Gu clan will surely not stand by. The alliance of our four clans will annihilate the Soul Clan. Despite his sinking heart, Yao Dan, as the leader of his clan, quickly regained his composure and spoke coldly. My Soul Clan managed to take the Ling clan and Shi clan without the Gu clan noticing. We can make your Yao clan disappear from this world, just as quietly, Hun Xu Zi replied calmly. Just you? Yao Dan's figure slowly ascended, and the terrifying aura of a seven-star Do Sheng burst forth without reservation. This formidable pressure was even stronger than Hun Xu Zi's, befitting the name of a clan leader. Hun Xu Zi, this is a grudge between the Soul Clan and the Yao Clan. It has nothing to do with us. Please, let us leave. We will be forever grateful for your mercy. The sect leaders and elders who had come to observe the pill ceremony hurriedly pleaded. At this moment, they felt a sense of panic. The previous fate of the Ling and Shi clans, left devoid of life, made them realize that being caught up in this conflict would mean certain death. Of course. If you are not of the Yao clan, feel free to leave. I won't stop you, Hun Xu Zi said with a gentle smile. Thank you, senior. Upon hearing this, many sect members were overjoyed and, without wasting any time, turned and fled desperately towards the exit of the Yao realm. Watching these people leave, Xiao Yan frowned slightly. Having dealt with the Soul Hall countless times, he knew well their ruthless nature. Letting people go was clearly not something they would do. Sure enough, just as this thought crossed Xiao Yan's mind, countless black lights suddenly flashed on the distant horizon, accompanied by piercing screams. As the black lights flickered in the distance, everyone was horrified to see an infinite amount of black flames seep out from the void, spreading across the sky and covering the entire area. Suddenly, the sky darkened. This is the real void swallowing flame. Xiao Yan's pupils contracted sharply as he watched the black flames seep out from the void. Inside him, Little Li opened his eyes, his young face extremely grave, clearly sensing a strong danger. Hun Xu Zi floated in the sky, black flames surging behind him. He looked down at Yao Dan with a sinister smile, slowly spreading his arms. The smile on his face grew increasingly eerie. Yao Dan, I'm honored to announce that the Yao clan is finished. The black flames covered the sky, enveloping the entire area. Under the cover of these flames, the people below suddenly felt their dou qi being drained, as if something invisible was continuously devouring it. This discovery sent countless people into a panic. Given the fate of those who had tried to escape earlier, it was clear the Soul Clan had no intention of leaving anyone alive. As a result, the entire mountain range fell into chaos. No one had expected the pill ceremony to turn into such a disaster. Be careful, the void-swallowing flame is drifting in extremely fine particles in the air. These things can't be resisted even with dou qi, Xiao Yan warned. He placed his hand on Yao Lao's shoulder, and a pink flame shield enveloped them both. Deep in his eyes, a flame lotus gently rotated. From his perspective, the space around them was filled with tiny, nearly invisible black particles. These particles clung to people's bodies like maggots on bones, continuously devouring their dou qi. Even when these people used dou qi to shield their bodies, it had no effect. The black particles silently melted through their dou qi defenses upon contact. Space is sealed. It seems the Soul Clan intends to leave no survivors, Yao Lao said with a grave expression. These guys have been quiet for so long. Are they finally making their move? Xiao Yan frowned. It appeared their luck was indeed poor, as they had unwittingly walked into the hands of the Soul Clan. Even if they had guessed the Soul Hall would strike the Yao Clan, they could never have predicted that it would happen at this most unlikely moment. It seems the Soul Clan's recent low profile is closely related to this. Last time, when the Shi clan disappeared, they were also unusually quiet, Yao Lao said with a hint of frustration. He hadn't anticipated this scenario. Initially, he thought that with the alliance of the Yao Clan, Yin Clan, and Lei Clan, even the Soul Clan would have to think twice before making a move. But even this couldn't deter their plan. No wonder the Soul Clan allowed the Sky Mansion Alliance to crush the Soul Hall and didn't send any strong reinforcements afterward. Apart from fearing the Gu Clan, they must have been planning this attack on the Yao Clan, Xiao Yan nodded. Now, many of his previous doubts were resolved. It wasn't that the Soul Clan didn't want to kill him, but they had more important matters to attend to. Given a choice between killing Xiao Yan and dealing with the Yao Clan, the Soul Clan would naturally choose the latter. In their eyes, Xiao Yan, though strong, was far from reaching the Yao Clan's level. What should we do now? Yao Lao asked in a serious tone. If they didn't handle this situation carefully, both master and disciple could face fatal consequences. The Soul Clan's ability to quietly annihilate the Ling and Shi clans indicated that their strength far exceeded expectations. We can only wait and see. If the Soul Clan truly makes a move, the Yao Clan will surely resist with all its might. Then, we can seize the opportunity to escape, Xiao Yan said in a low voice. He had no grand notions of saving the Yao Clan. Given their current predicament, they could hardly protect themselves, let alone save the Yao Clan. Whether the Yao Clan could survive this disaster would depend on their own fate. Yao Lao nodded silently. Although he was a member of the Yao Clan, his ties with them were too thin. Despite the Yao Clan facing a great calamity, which pained him, he wouldn't insist that Xiao Yan rescue them. In his heart, Xiao Yan's safety was far more important than that of this cold and distant clan. Yao Dan hovered in the sky, looking at the overwhelming black flames spreading across the horizon. His face was extremely somber, sensing an incredibly terrifying aura from within. All Yao Clan members, activate the Heaven Transformation Medicine Array. Yao Dan took a deep breath, and his decisive shout echoed. This time, he felt an unprecedented crisis, making him realize that the Yao Clan's survival might depend on today. As Yao Dan's stern command fell, all the Yao Clan members shuddered. The Heaven Transformation Medicine Array, the clan's protective formation, was being activated for the first time since ancient times, highlighting the severity of the crisis they faced. All the elders of the Yao Clan quickly formed beams of light that shot into the mountain range. The mountains trembled as massive beams of light burst out and intertwined in the sky, forming a giant, peculiar array. As the array took shape, all the rare medicinal herbs in the mountains withered instantly, their vast energy surging into the array. At this moment, almost every Yao Clan member condensed their dou qi into beams of light, shooting into the array. The array's light intensified, and a terrifying pressure, like a dragon awakening from millennia of slumber, began to emerge. As this pressure spread, the entire Yao realm's space trembled violently, and boundless energy continuously converged towards the array. What a terrifying pressure! Even within the array, Xiao Yan looked at the dazzlingly huge light array in the sky with a grave expression. This pressure was likely comparable to an 8-star dosheng. The Yao Clan's foundation was indeed extraordinary. This is the Yao Clan's protective array. It has never been activated before. I didn't expect it to be used now, Yao Lao said with a complex expression as he looked at the light array. It's said that this array was created by the Yao Clan's founder and contains a trace of his remnant soul. If activated, it might be able to fend off the Soul Clan. The founder. Xiao Yan's eyes twitched. The only one who could be called the Yao Clan's founder was the Dodi who established the clan. Hee. So this is the Yao Clan's protective array. Its power indeed surpasses that of the Ling clan and Shi clan, Hun Xu Zi remarked with a smile as he looked at the formidable array below, the energy of which even made him uneasy. He then turned around and, under the watchful eyes of many, bowed respectfully towards the boundless black flames. Lord Void, this array might require your intervention to be broken. As Hun Xu Zi's respectful voice fell, the black flames behind him began to slowly wriggle. The flames coalesced, gradually forming a human figure, which finally appeared before everyone's eyes. The figure was shrouded in black flames, with strange black runes covering his body. His eyes, like black holes, emanated a terrifying devouring force. Standing in the sky on the black flames, his features were somewhat obscured, but an ancient and eerie aura spread throughout the heavens and earth as he appeared. With the appearance of this black flame figure, the void-swallowing flames in the sky emitted a peculiar humming sound, as if welcoming their master. Void-swallowing flame. Xiao Yan's eyes were fixed on the figure, his heart pounding violently. With his sensitivity to heavenly flames, he immediately recognized that this figure was the true form of the void-swallowing flame. The genuine void-swallowing flame. This void-swallowing flame has actually formed a fire spirit, Yao Lao said, glancing at Xiao Yan with a dry mouth. This void-swallowing flame was akin to the pure lotus demon flame in the demon flame space, but even more powerful. What a terrifying aura. This guy is stronger than Yao Dan. Xiao Yan licked his lips, his heart in turmoil. This was the first time he had encountered such a powerful heavenly flame. This entity's existence predated even the pure lotus demon flame. Under countless horrified gazes, the tall, demonic figure slowly lowered his head, looking down at the array surging with vast power. With a wave of his sleeve, the black flames above his head roiled intensely, finally transforming into countless black fire rains that fell towards the array. As the black fire rains descended, the array erupted with white mist. Everyone could feel the array's energy being devoured by the fire rain. Yao Clan, if you surrender, there is still a way out because your clan has some use to us. The lush mountains turned yellow almost instantly as if all life was being devoured. At the same time, a hoarse voice, chilling to the soul, emanated from the demonic figure. You want to swallow my Yao Clan? It won't be that easy. Yao Dan's face twisted in a fierce expression. With a loud shout, several beams of light shot up from Medicine Mountain, directly entering the array. Xiao Yan, with his sharp eyes, clearly saw that these beams contained countless pills. The sheer quantity was astonishing, showing that the Yao clan had brought out all their reserves. As the sea of pills surged into the array, Yao Dan's face became resolute. Transform all pills into heaven. In the name of the pills, let the ancestor return.